Good morning, my friends. Today I am in the area of the Central Post Office. The Botanical Garden is on my left, or the Botanical Square, if you will. And there, over there, in the background, you can see the minaret of the Great Mosque of Algiers, partially covered in mist. In fact, the mosque is covered in mist. It's over there in the eastern part of the city, in Al Muhammadiyah. This is the Bay of Algiers that lies between us and that mosque, part of it, southern part of the Bay of Algiers. And today I'm going to show you how to drive from this beautiful area of Algiers. Central Post Office is there on the right. So we're going to see how to drive from here to the Martyrs Memorial. We are going to go or drive via the streets of the upper parts of Algiers. So they have recently renovated the stairway over there between the Albert I Hotel and oh my god, that's just look at that. It's a seagull eating a pigeon. Oh my god, have you seen that? And it's taking place here in Central Algiers. Wow, it's such a horrible thing. I never saw this. It looks like seagulls are hunting. Such a jerk. Seagulls are hunting pigeons, and well, you can really come across some unique scenes in order. While you are filming. Wow, I have filmed nature at work, and this is the tunnel faculties. Above us there is the Central University of Algiers, the oldest university in Algeria. And now this is the Mohammed V boulevard, which links the area of Didouche Morat and Odin to the Boulevard Krim Belkacem, or the Krim Belkacem Boulevard, in the upper parts of Algiers. And we are headed towards the Martyrs Memorial. The Martyrs Memorial is that monument, big monument, tall monument. It's I think 94 meters tall, built in the 1980s. In fact, it was built in 1982, finished in 1982, in order to celebrate the 20th anniversary of Algeria's independence. It's a memorial that pays homage to the 1.5 million people that died for the independence of Algeria in the Algerian Liberation War between 1954 and 1962. And the Algerian War of Liberation is the most important event in the history of independent Algeria, of contemporary Algeria, of today's Algeria, because it's just a few weeks before the beginning of that revolution, or that independence war, there was a declaration known as the activists, the nationalist activists, Algerian nationalist activists, issued a declaration known as the Declaration of November the 1st. So they prepared it in order to announce that they were going to start a war of liberation from French colonization. And now we have just driven onto the Krim Belkacem Boulevard, also known as Tilimli. This is the area of Tilimli. So as I said, they issued that declaration. It's like a declaration of war, and also like a founding act of this Algerian Republic, the Algerian Republic. And then they stated all their goals behind that war of liberation. And today, all of Algeria, all of the Algerian state is standing on that declaration. There is going to be a statue here paying homage to Krim Belkacem, and there is a hotel here on the left, Hotel des Beaux-Arts, or the Fine Arts Hotel, because there is a graduate school here, a fine arts graduate school. It's here on the right, and there are two lovely museums here on the park. In the park here on the left, the Museum of Islamic Arts and the Museum of Ancient Arts. They are built in Neo-Moresque architecture. take the right, you'll go to Elbier, but we are going to drive on to this street, Roosevelt Street, Franklin Roosevelt Street, named after former US President Franklin Roosevelt, who supported Algerian independence or self-determination. So Algeria pays homage to all these those people who, during its long history, supported the long history of colonization and the struggles of many African and Asian people for their liberation. Supported them. Very few people in the West supported the independence of colonized nations. And Algeria, as a former colonized nation, is determined to remember those people who supported its independence and the right of the Algerian people to self-determination. All right, so this is the Saint Georges Hotel. It's on the now it's behind us. I was going to say it's on the right. This is Martyrs Boulevard, Boulevard des Martyrs, and the Algerian State Radio and Television building is on the left, with all the studios and everything. And the Martyrs Boulevard is one of the longest boulevards here in the upper parts of Algiers. And there is this beautiful hotel in Islamic architecture. It's on the right, Dar Diaf. It's Arabic for guest house. So if you stay at this hotel, then you are a guest of Algeria. And there is that beautiful mosque over there. So all these new, old streets, old neighborhoods have. There is a park here on the left, by the way. There is a small square here with many benches. You can sit there and admire the view of the western part of the Algiers Bay. There is a new building here. It's making this area look beautiful. There is a Calentita shop somewhere here on the left. You could park your car here and go enjoy a sandwich of Calentita. Calentita, you can Google it. It's a dish. It's an Algerian dish, fast food dish. They say that it was made by the Spanish, who were besieged in the Santa Cruz fortress in Oran when they were short of food. They were besieged by Muslims. They were besieged by Algerians, and when they were short of food, they only had chickpeas. Therefore, they decided to make to grind them into a flour and cook those chickpeas, to cook that flour, and they made that dish known as calentita. We call it garanteta here in Algerian Arabic. I mean, locally we call it garanteta. And now we are approaching the area of the Martyrs Memorial. I'm facing the sun here. It's 8:40 in the morning. We're in early April. It's April the 8th. There is a balcony here on the left. You can see the sea from here too. And this is Villa Suzini. It's on the left. It was used as a torture center, or a torture center by the French colonial army during the Algerian Liberation War between 1954 and 1962. This area is known as Clos The neighborhood here is Clos. All right, guys. So now we've got to turn left. You've got to be careful today. I'm driving. It's easier to drive today because it's a Friday morning. All streets are empty, as you can see. It's a weekend day. It's the first day of the Algerian weekend. Our weekend has 2 days, Friday and Saturday. All right, so this is the monument. This is the Martyrs Memorial. There is an apartment complex on the left, on the other side of the street. It's known as the Confort. So the Martyrs Memorial is here. There is also a mall and the museum, 2 museums in fact. The Museum of the Mujahid underneath the memorial, and the Museum of the Army on the right. And there is a garage. The Martyrs Memorial has a garage. It's going to be a round trip video, therefore I will turn around and return to the Central Post Office. So the garage of the memorial, of the Martyrs Memorial, is on the right. All right, so now I'm going to turn around in order to return to the Central Post Office. So this is the Martyrs Memorial for you guys, if you want to drive from the city center here. So as I said earlier, the apartment complex on the right is known as Le Confort. There is a balcony there, by the way. There is a beautiful balcony there overlooking the Algiers Bay. It's such a beautiful place to visit. Be careful here because there are many people crossing the street. As you can see, it's a residential area. All right, guys, so now I'm going to turn here in order to return to Central Algiers. There is a cat crossing the street, a lovely cat, looks like a Siamese cat, or a mix between a Siamese and a tabby cat, and it has a collar with a very small bell, so it must belong to someone. You've got to be careful when you are driving, especially on a day like this when streets are empty. There is a stop sign here, and I'm going to stop. Okay, now let's go. Villa Susini is on the right. Central Algiers is in front of us. You can walk. You can see it from the balcony here. It's such a beautiful view. You could take beautiful pictures here on this sidewalk, and I think that you can take even better pictures. All right, so Zikkel Street is on the left, but we have chosen to drive back on the Martyrs Boulevard. That taxi is pulling over to pick up a customer. We have to overtake it carefully because there is a solid line here, and there are a lot of curves. This is a very curvy street. Okay, guys. And in the future, I will be filming videos on how to avoid traffic here, getting stuck in traffic, because sometimes there is traffic here. There is a balcony here too, from where you can have a more or less beautiful view of Algiers. And people living here are very lucky because they have a very beautiful view of the Algiers Bay. So this area is known as El Moradia, I think. It's part of the El Moradia municipality. Masjid al-Shuhada. This mosque is known as the Martyrs Mosque. The Calentita shop is on the right, in case you are interested. There are old people working there, so they know an old recipe. Okay, I only ate there once and I loved it. was recommended by my brother. He drove me there. We ate dinner there. And this is the Algiers Hotel, the St. George Hotel. A beautiful hotel. Said that it even has a small zoo inside. It has a tropical garden, similar to the Botanical Garden of El Hamma, to the El Hamma Botanical Garden. And now we're driving on Sweden Bujma Street. We are going to. All right, let's take this. Instead of driving back through the underpass, now we are going to show you Addis Ababa Square, one of the most beautiful squares and roundabouts here in Algiers. Just look at how beautiful it is. Champ de Manœuvre is on the right, by the way, if you want to go to Champ de Manœuvre or Place du 1er Mai, May Day Square. Just look at how beautiful all the grass is. El Biar is on the left, via the Bougara, Mohamed Bougara Boulevard. There is an Arabic language academy here. It's on the left. The High Council for the Arabic language. This is the authority, the National Algerian Authority that regulates Arabic, the Arabic language. Coins new words if need be, and approves of new words and all that stuff. And they have very interesting publications. So in case you are interested in Arabic, classical Arabic and standard Arabic, then you should go and visit that institution. Now we're on Franklin Roosevelt Street, and in fact it's an extension of the of Dudush Morat Street, and there is a museum here on the right, a museum of prehistoric arts, and there is also a prehistoric research center. It's the Bardo Museum, and it's adjacent to the to the Sahrawi embassy. And of course, Algeria is one of the countries or the nations that recognize Western Sahara. Parc de Galon, or Liberty Park, it's on the left. It's the same park we saw earlier where the two museums are located. So this is its lower entrance. It has an upper entrance and a lower entrance. This is Sacré-Cœur. The Sacré-Cœur Cathedral is on the left. Too bad I can't turn the camera on the left to show it to you, and it's an interesting building. And this is Dudush Morat, by the way. This is Dudush Morat, one of the most important streets here in Central Algiers, alongside Hasib Ben Bouali Street and L'Arbi Ben Mehidi Street, and all named after they are all named after some of the greatest figures of the Algerian independence war. There are a couple art galleries here that are occasionally active. There are cafes, tea parlors, and Missonnier Street is on the right. This is a commercial street where people usually go clothes shopping. Victor Hugo Street is on the right. It's here. Victor Hugo. There is a cinema here on the left. Cinema L'Algeria. And it's one of the places that are worth exploring, of course. Every tourist, every foreigner visiting Algiers should visit this street. And this is the bus station, the Dudush Morat bus station. We also call it Odin because there is a square over there, Maurice Odin Square, named after one of the Pieds Noirs, the few Pieds Noirs who actively supported Algeria's independence. And he was tortured and executed by the French colonial army. this is the Central University of Algiers, and the Central Post Office is in view too. You can see it in the background. It's a neo-Moresque building built in 1910, and it served as a post office between 1910 and 2015. And now it's closed, and because the authorities have decided to make it a museum. In fact, they had been planning to make it a museum for years. We hope it opens soon so that we could enjoy visiting it. Alright guys, so that was us driving from the Central Post Office to the Martyrs Memorial. I hope that you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the notifications button in order to receive notifications on my future videos. Also, you know, only a third of my viewers, only a third of them are subscribed, and I would love that you subscribe. I mean, the 2/3 of my viewers that haven't subscribed yet, I would love them to subscribe and be part of our big family. And also, if you have any suggestions, please make sure you type them on in the comment section down below. Alright guys, so take care of yourselves, visit Algeria, visit Algiers, drive carefully, and goodbye.